The Vinchi Hotel in Sandton, Gauteng, South Africa, boasts with an amazing 234 square meter solar thermal system. This is 117 flat plate collectors that supplies this 5-star hotel of all its hot water needs. Kayema Energy was the contractor that installed this amazing system, and it showcases how solar thermal can even be applied in such a high-tech engineering environment. Let's visit Kayema Energy to see how this amazing solar thermal system was done.
Welcome everybody, my name is Zach. I'm from Kayema Energy Solutions. We designed and installed a solar system on the roof of this building. The project started with designs in 2009 and was finally completed in 2010. The system provides approximately 20,000 liters of hot water per day at a 70% occupancy rate for the hotel, which means approximately 70 liters of hot water per day was specced for each person occupying the hotel, which is at the higher end of general standards in industry, of which persons use liters of hot water per day. The system consists of 117 100-liter collector panels. We'll see that when we go onto the roof. And then it has 3 staggered tanks of 10,000 liters each. Water is circulated with a glycol solution from the roof down to the boiler room, where it flows through a heat exchanger, and then of course the tanks circulate the water through the heat exchanger and then fill in the tanks. But I'll explain the staggering of the 3 tanks in the basement, because some of them have elements that operate at different temperatures to ensure maximum efficiency. Okay, let's go. Okay, so you can see the 117 panels. The reason why they're lifted up above the roof is, of course, all the utilities here, and there is a fire escape all along the yellow lines to make sure people in the penthouses are safe. Then we'll take a walk around to that side. You'll see there's 2 heat loss radiators. Because during summer it overperforms, though it was under-designed, we have to get rid of some of the heat, otherwise the system's going to get damaged, of course. Then, of course, all these stands were prefabricated and then lifted up with cranes during the construction period, just to limit the amount of welding work that's required on the roof for the installation of it. Then I think let me go and show you the heat exchangers. Just look out for all the pipes. Okay, you can see the 2 heat loss radiators. They're activated with a temperature sensor down in the boiler room in the second last boiler. If it reaches 60 degrees Celsius, the heat loss radiator starts kicking in and cools it down, because it's a staggered approach in terms of the temperature in all 3 tanks. I'll show you a diagram downstairs as well. Though possibly the heat loss radiators might not be used anymore, because there are plans to expand the water supply from this system only for the hotel, for the new penthouses that are being built, and as well as heating the hotel swimming pool for guests.
With the closed-loop solar thermal system that was installed on the roof of the hotel, this system is cycled an amazing 17 stories high up to the collectors and down into the boiler room. These are the pictures of the initial pipework going down to the boiler room.
As you can see here, this is the solar feed down with its circulation pump from the roof, where it goes through the plate heat exchanger, and then of course the 3 staggered tank that I mentioned, 10,000 liters each. The first tank doesn't have an element that switches on temperature. It just stays the same temperature as what the solar provides. The second tank has an element in which is set to switch the element on if it reaches 40 degrees Celsius. And then the final tank that feeds into the hotel's whole reticulation system, that element switches on when the temperature goes below 60 degrees Celsius. As I mentioned earlier, the hotel uses approximately 20,000 liters of solar hot water a day produced by the system. You can see here that this is the temp sensor that also communicates to the circulation pump, and then as well to the heat loss radiators to switch on the roof if the solar circulation loop gets too warm. So this is the final 10,000 litre tank that feeds into the hotel's reticulation system. The hotel's reticulation system has a return feed into the first tank to ensure that no water stays stagnant in the system and then creates heat losses, which translates to energy losses basically. At the moment, the incoming temperature from the solar loop before it goes to the heat exchanger is at approximately 75 degrees Celsius, and then of course post going through the heat exchanger, heating up the hotel's water to be used, it's at approximately 55 degrees when it's pumped back to the roof to collect more thermal energy.
We as a group say thank you very much to Zach. We know you had to jump in the last minute. Appreciate it, and that you fielded all the questions in such a professional way. Thank you very much, Zach.
You're most welcome. We have had a few engineers going through the Soul Train course, and we find it very valuable, and we'll help you anytime that you want to see any of our systems that we've done. Thank you very much.
From Creamer Media in Johannesburg, this is the Real Economy Report. Our top stories this week: Legacy Group's latest hotel development, the Vinchi Hotel, goes solar. There is a rooftop in the Sandton CBD that looks very different from the rest. It is the Legacy Group's latest hotel development, the Vinchi Hotel, and it boasts a 117-panel commercial solar water heating installation.
The system was installed by Kayema Energy Solutions and has the capacity to heat some 20,000 litres of water.
The system produces about 500,000 kilowatt hours per year, and depending on the rate of electricity, right now what we're talking about, a blended price, considering the recent increases from NERSA, let's just say it's R1 per kilowatt hour. It's about 500,000 Rand per year.
The dimensions of the roof pose some significant challenges.
There were certain issues such as fire escape routes across the roof, such as stands, such as things which each one presents its own problem, and it's exciting to solve it, and you come up with a solution for each one.
For a private developer, it's still a tough decision. We need to reduce that to around 3 to 5 years, and that's the gap that we're working very hard to, working with Eskom and the regulator to reduce that return on investment.
Once again, Eskom are coming to the party. They are working on a commercial rebate for projects.
Mm-hmm. The other issue is cost of capital, because these businesses are very much bank financed. So the banks really need to look at it from their perspective, and that's why having that long-term financing in place is key. We do have those relationships. We can offer that type of service. So we come with not just technology and know-how, but we also with the whole package, the financing around it as well.
And what about the skills to install these systems?
Private companies in South Africa will mobilize and will move very, very quickly once funds are made available, or once there's a guarantee that the work can happen. They will develop the skills.
That's Creamer Media's Real Economy Report. Join us again next week for more news and insights into South Africa's real economy.